zeros and ones to perform their computations, quantum computers use the wave function probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics to perform calculations exponentially faster. Instead of one bit being either a 1 or a 0, each qubit is placed in a superposition of both 0 and 1 at the same time. This allows for multiple computations to be run at the same time in parallel. David Deutsch, one of the biggest proponents of many worlds, takes this a step further. If you take a quantum computer with 300 qubits and you perform computations with it, you are essentially running 2 to the power of 300 classical computations in parallel. Deutsch says that these classical computations are literally being performed in parallel universes or branches. That's why the computational power of quantum computers is just so much greater than that of our classical computers. Okay, if this is all actually true and the quantum multiverse is constantly branching, creating new versions of you and I, do we ever actually die? Quantum immortality. Take 2 branches representing a terrible accident like a car crash. In this one, you died, and in this one, you survived the crash. Believers in this quantum immortality would say that your consciousness navigates this branching, living on in the universe where you survive, while the other version of yourself dies. While to some physicists this is just a fun thought experiment, others take it more literally. Hugh Everett, the creator of the many worlds interpretation, is said to have firmly believed that his many worlds theory guaranteed him immortality, that his consciousness will follow whichever branch does not lead to death. He never wrote this down in his papers, but secondhand accounts from people who he worked with and from his family seem to suggest that this is what he actually did believe. This is, of course, really controversial and starts to reach beyond the limits of what Many Worlds is actually saying, but it's worth thinking about. Perhaps those near-death experiences we all remember are really just branches in the quantum multiverse, where we just so happened to survive in one of them. What if I told you you were living inside a black hole right now? Would you believe me? And not just you. Everything in our observable universe would be inside that black hole. And while this sounds like a great science fiction movie, new data from JWST, the most powerful telescope in space, has shown it really could be true. And if it is, the repercussions are honestly insane. The Big Bang would essentially be a white hole in disguise. But what is a white hole, and more importantly, what did they see? The collapse of a star into a black hole and the Big Bang expansion are both solutions to Einstein's field equations. In these solutions, the curvature of space-time and density approach infinity. Classical physics fails and we get some really strange results. It's this similarity that has caused some scientists to ask, could these two solutions be literally two sides of the same coin? Their first similarity is the singularity. In the beginning, everything in the universe was squished into a point with infinite density. This is the space-time singularity that the Big Bang originated from. Black holes, on the other hand, have an equivalent singularity of infinite density. Instead of it existing at the beginning of time, their singularity exists in the heart of the black hole. Their second similarity is the horizon. A black hole's event horizon is a sphere around the singularity that represents the point of no return. Once something passes this horizon, it can never come out. Our observable universe has something similar known as the particle horizon. This sphere represents the farthest distance from which light could have arrived at the Earth since the Big Bang. Nothing from the outside of the particle horizon can ever get in, and nothing from the inside of the event horizon can ever get out. Two sides of the same coin. And this isn't just a hand-wavy similarity either. You can do the math and show that if you take the equation for the event horizon of a black hole and substitute in a value for the mass contained inside our observable universe, the resulting event horizon exactly matches the cosmic horizon we observe in our universe today. People started noticing these similarities over 50 years ago. Perhaps the Big Bang was essentially a white hole eruption inside another universe's black hole. White holes are essentially the opposite of black holes. everything must exit the white hole and nothing can enter. This field is known as black hole cosmology, and it basically just says that everything we see in the universe, you, me, the galaxies, the sun, the earth, all of it is contained inside a massive black hole. That particle horizon that we can see is literally the event horizon of the parent black hole. To understand what JWST saw, you first need to understand the cosmological principle. This principle just states that once you zoom out far enough, the universe should look the same in every direction. It should be homogeneous, meaning if you took two random boxes of space from the universe, there should be about the same number of galaxies in each one. It should also be isotropic, meaning no matter where on the sky you look, you should see about the same thing. Galaxies, stars, nebulae, you get it. There should be no big gaps or inconsistencies. This principle underlies all of cosmology, and every single experiment we've done in the past has agreed with it. All of them except for maybe this discovery from JWST. Just before I show you what JWST found, I need to thank the sponsor of this video, Odoo. As you should know by now, Odoo is an all-in-one management software that gives creators and entrepreneurs tools to simplify their day-to-day management. To make these videos, we have to spend weeks animating, researching, and editing, and while that's really fun, it comes with one really annoying task: managing a ton of invoices. Luckily, Odoo has an invoicing app that helps entrepreneurs manage and track all of their invoices with ease. You can create an invoice, fetch the client details from your database, add the specific products or services, adjust the billing terms and conditions, and your invoice is ready. All of the taxes are calculated and added to the invoice automatically, and it's localized to your region, making the entire process just much easier. You can download it as a PDF or email it to the customer in just a few seconds. Your customers can even pay it directly through Odoo's payment portal to make things easier. You can even track the status of all of the invoices from the app, so you know what's paid and what's pending. And of course, the best thing is your first app with Odoo is completely free for life with unlimited hosting and support, so you can try it out today with no strings attached. Okay, now here's where things get interesting. A new paper was just released that looked at 263 spiral galaxies located billions of light years away. They wanted to see how many of them rotated in a clockwise direction like this, and how many rotated anti-clockwise. If the cosmological principle is true, we should expect to see half of them rotating in each direction. But JWST found 2/3 of the galaxies rotated clockwise, and only 1/3 rotated anti-clockwise. And as the author of the paper writes, because the black holes spin, a universe hosted inside a black hole is also expected to spin. This suggests that a possible explanation for why 2/3 of the galaxies appear to be rotating in that clockwise direction is that we're inside a black hole that is also rotating in that same clockwise direction. But wait, black holes can rotate? Well, yes, and most of them actually do. There are really two kinds of black holes: non-rotating ones called Schwarzschild black holes, and rotating ones named Kerr black holes after the New Zealand physicist Roy Kerr, who first solved Einstein's field equations for the rotating case. Importantly, these Kerr black holes carry angular momentum with them, dragging the very fabric of space-time around with it. This means that any matter that enters the black hole will inherit this preferred axis of rotation. Later down the line, if they form into galaxies, they too should exhibit this inherited rotation. This is one of the proposed solutions for the JWST result. But this solution is only possible with rotating black holes for one very specific reason. You remember that singularity we spoke about earlier, right? That single point of infinite density inside the heart of every black hole. Well, if the black hole is spinning, that single point is no longer a point. Instead, it forms a ring. And it's this ring that unlocks the possibility for the Big Bang to be discovered.
House subpoenas the Clintons. What? What the hell is this? The House Oversight Committee is compelling the following individuals to appear for depositions through issued subpoenas. Former Secretary Hillary Clinton. Former President Bill Clinton. Former U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland. Former FBI Director James Bro. What? House subpoenas the Clintons. What? What the hell is this? The House Oversight Committee is compelling the following individuals to appear for depositions through issued subpoenas. Former Secretary Hillary Clinton. Former President Bill Clinton. Former U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland. Former FBI Attorney Merrick Garland, former FBI Director James Bro. What?
News. House Oversight Chairman James Comer has just issued subpoenas in the Jeffrey Epstein case for the complete Epstein file and more for depositions from former officials. Those officials include former attorneys general Bill Barr, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, and Merrick Garland. Also, former FBI directors Robert Mueller and James Comey, and both of these people now, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton.
The Clintons will be receiving subpoenas to testify in front of the Oversight Committee about information in the Epstein files. Wait, so they're going to make Bill Clinton testify about the Epstein files? What are subpoenas? It's basically like a legal request for information. Can the Clintons refuse? If you get called in front of Congress to testify, you have to do it, I think, no matter what. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, unless, like, yeah, you go to jail, exactly, right? Oh, this was crazy. This guy's going to be running for president soon.
Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile that it came into enormous wealth by very mysterious circumstances and had connections across the globe to very, very powerful people. And he was murdered right before it was all about to blow up.
That's convenient.
And so, and now there supposedly are no files that the American people can see to explain all of that. When he says to his followers, like, you're no supporter of mine if you keep talking about Epstein.
Yeah. What do you think was in the files?
Oh, that's a good place to cut it. Damn. He's cooking? What's he cooking, though? Crack. He's cooking crack. That's right. That's right. A new Elden Ring speedrun. Who's ready? It's in 6 minutes. This speedrun is in 6
as a white hole.
Two major religious parties left his government over the summer, so the ultra-nationalists in his government are the ones holding it together. They want the West Bank and Gaza to be re-annexed by Israel. If Netanyahu is perceived as going against their will in any way, he's going to find himself with even less power and likely triggering elections.
All right. Kim Dozier, good to see you this Sunday. Thank you.
I think that's what it is. How do you feel when Americans go to war zones, they get caught up in a war? Would you not say it's better to stay home and find another country to visit? I don't think they should have been there either, but at the end of the day, I mean, these are still our citizens, and if we can't protect our citizens across the world, then we look weak, especially when it's being done by a paramilitary terrorist organization. I mean, again, and it's also like, why would you put up with that? Why would you let this happen? They shouldn't have been in a concert. Yeah, definitely.
Special envoy to the Middle East meeting with families of the hostages held in Gaza. Steve Witkoff told the families his first priority is getting the hostages released, all in one group. That's according to the Hostages and Missing Families Forum. As demonstrators protested in Tel Aviv, outrage has grown over the video of Hamas they released of one of the hostages. And we got to warn you that this video is disturbing. It shows one of the hostages in a very delicate state, clearly emaciated. we're deliberately not showing the full video, but his family...
Isn't it a surprise? Wow, I would have never expected that the terrorists are actually not treating the people that they're keeping as hostages very well. Can you believe that? What a shocker. Who could have expected this
image being released? CNN reporter Borov9 joins us. Us now with more. So there is mounting pressure on the Prime Minister there to bring these hostages home. What do you know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there are still 50 hostages, of which only 20 are thought to be alive. Really? And so it's a very delicate situation. You can just imagine the angst those families of those missing hostages, especially those who think their loved ones are alive, are going through when they see these images. Now, we've seen so many images of the starving children and the starving Gazans, and now to see this, it just puts added pressure both on the Israeli government, but also on the U.S. government, because a lot of people think that President Donald Trump...
I don't understand what Hamas is trying to do. It's like they're trying to make shit worse for themselves. As I said, I don't think that there's any way out for them. There's probably no way out. And especially at this point, because they haven't come to an agreement or anything like that, I think that there's no way that they come out of this without just being killed. That's it. Yeah, there's pressure. Yeah, they're buying time. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that Hamas comes out of this without their entire leadership and probably the majority of them being dead.
Trump does have some power to persuade Benjamin Netanyahu to do something. Now, Steve Witkoff, as you said, said really wants to bring these hostages home. He met with the hostage families for about 3 hours on Saturday. He also spent 5 hours in Gaza on Friday, and he went to one of the U.S. Israeli distribution centers. This is one of these aid centers where so many people in Gaza have been killed and injured as they wait for aid. It's a complicated situation, but seeing this image of this hostage has made it a lot more painful for those families, Victor.
Understandably. Borov9. Force there. Thank you so much.
I feel like this is kind of what's going to happen, is that it's their only card. If they give them back, they're probably dead. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, I could easily see them just straight up deciding that, you know what, we don't give a fuck, like, you know, whether you have the hostages or not, we're going to attack you either way. And there will be a tipping point for that happening. And when it gets to that point, like, I don't really know what's going to happen, but it is going to be very, very, very bad. That's kind of what I'm expecting is going to go. And give up and go back to the open-air prison. The people have been oppressed for so long, they don't give a shit anymore, man. Well, I think that that's not really true in a lot of cases. A lot of the people that are oppressed by them, yeah, obviously Israel are bad actors, but you have to keep in mind that the people that are living in Palestine are also being oppressed by Hamas. Like, you can't go and openly, like, criticize them. They went and they had a fucking a parade or something about how Hamas was bad, and then the person that was leading the parade got killed. Yeah, they voted Hamas. Well, they voted Hamas 20 years ago. That doesn't mean that they agree with everything they're saying now. I mean, that's it. And so, of course, that's clearly a very, very big difference in what's being discussed. I would say it's a very big difference. They just issued a warrant to arrest the Democrats. Yeah, I know. I saw that. And that happened earlier. It's an open prison if they're making. Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is that I don't see any world where they come out of this and it's not bad. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. I did say I would watch this in a couple of days, and that was a couple of days ago. I will look at this. This is insane, so I'll look at it. They still support Hamas at 80%. I wouldn't really put a lot of stock in them supporting that stuff. And the reason why is because they're in a state where they're oppressed. It's like North Korea probably supports, you know, Kim Jong-un, stuff like that. Here we go. This is where things are at right now.
So, you just finished the Smash Room. How was it?
It was...
What is this?
So, you just finished the Smash Room. How was it?
It was everything I could have ever dreamed and hoped for.
What were you thinking about when you were smashing? What did you smash?
This is millennial daycare, by the way. We have such a huge problem right now and nobody can even see it.
The patriarchy.
Fuck you, Trump! Fuck you! Don't worry about it. This guy's 3 years away from a heart attack. He acting that way. He gonna be done. He probably not even gonna vote next time. Don't worry about him.
That's where I'm at.
How'd that feel?
Yeah. Well, it feels good. I mean, I just, woo.
What did the watermelon mean to you?
Well, I'm...
What does it say? What does the sign say? Rules. Wear PPE, respect yourself and others, listen to marshals, don't wreck lanes on purpose anyway. Participate at your own risk. Rage against the machine.
Well, I'm autistic and bisexual, and I don't want to be put on a registry, and I don't want my data to be used illegally by RFK, and I don't want to be shipped off.
We're gonna put her on a registry for being bisexual and autistic. We're gonna have like a list. There's gonna be like you go on the internet. It's like which houses to avoid are the autistic houses.
Off to a health farm by RFK that he's gonna, you know, like he plans to put us all on.
Oh, that's right, because she's... I didn't say it. She said it. She implied it. I would never say that. Does she really believe in the fat camps? Are you kidding me?
Shipped off to a health farm by RFK that he's gonna, you know, like he plans to put us all on, similar to like the, I shouldn't say similar.
You're gonna say concentration camps.
Like it's a health farm version of the concentration camp.
How can you predict the boss attack pattern that only has one attack? How could I be so smart? Wow.
It's an alligator Alcatraz, and nobody deserves to be in concentration camps. That's Nazi shit. I didn't realize how much was literally pent up inside my body until I let it out, and I was like, oh my God, I started kind of shaking afterward.
There's a lot of rage behind the...
All of these people are my age. I could have gone to high school with the majority of these people. This is a big problem. I don't know what to do about it. Some of them are probably older than they are. But yeah, this is really, really bad, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wow. Are you a potential Karen? I'll tell you, like, I always had a lot of friends in school. I never was like, you know, I would get made fun of sometimes, same as I made fun of other people, but like I never really was bullied, right? But there were a lot of people in like my age group that I just didn't really get along with. I never really got along with a lot of them. Cap? Well, I have videos of myself in high school. You can clearly see me hanging out with all my friends. I mean, they're on my YouTube channel. You can see I have like dozens of friends in high school. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm not, it's just the way it is. Yeah, I just never really got along with people.
Lack of bodily autonomy that they're allowing as opposed to what they're not doing for children.
What they're not doing?
They're forcing them to have children, pretty much, by not allowing abortion in a lot of states. And in addition to that, I have many trans friends that are afraid to even walk outside.
That would make sense, because if a trans person goes outside, Donald Trump will catch them. What happens to them after that? Nobody knows. But he'll get them. He will get you. That's right.
What were you smashing the anger out for today?
These are all millennials. Guys, I'm starting to think that millennials might be a bigger threat to our culture than terrorism is. Fuck the Middle East. Fuck Hamas or Hezbollah or fucking the Houthis. Like, we got our problem right here. We got, like, this is bad, bro. This is intellectual terrorism. It is. Aren't you a millennial? Yep. Takes one to know one.
Everything, you know.
It's a vocal minority. How many okay friends do you have that are millennials? Well, look at the glasses. Yeah, this is, again.
Like our rights being taken away slowly but surely. Not even slowly, pretty quickly, actually. And, you know, just the blatant...
Let me guess, she doesn't like RFK either.
Disrespect of our Constitution and of our laws as a society. Right now,
What about the disrespect of the law of not coming over into the fucking border? What about that one? Oh, that one's different, I'm sure.
I'm most worried for the immigrants in our country. You know, I'm really angry.
You mean the illegal aliens?
By how demonized they get. You know, that's I would say the first step.
Who's paying for these watermelons? Like, this is just a bunch of rich white people going out, listening to Green Day, throwing themselves a pity party, and destroying food. This is pathetic.
Many, you know, so like ethnic cleansing and, you know, things of that nature. And right now,
oh my God,
undocumented immigrants, which it is not illegal. This is not legal advice, but from what I understand,
it's not legal. Wait, I love how now we have two qualifiers. She said it's not illegal, and then she says, wait a minute, this isn't legal advice. I think. She knows she's you know you're retarded. You know you're retarded.
Legal. This is not legal advice, but from what I understand, it is not illegal to be undocumented.
Okay. The understanding is wrong. It is illegal. Next.
I think we have a right to the pursuit of happiness in this country. So that's like right there in the, I don't know.
What can't you do? What are you not able to pursue? Yeah, what is this?
Remember what, I don't know if it's called the Constitution or the Bill of Rights or something, but it's there. I've heard it before.
What did you smash today?
I just took rotten fruit and I threw it at the photographs.
Couches, not kids. Impeach Mango Mussolini. Why would they do this to our 48th president? That's so rude.
That was good for me. That's what I want. And scream. I screamed a lot.
On a personal level, how has the Trump admin affected you?
It's all boomers and millennials. This is the unholy alliance that I would have never seen. This is such a huge problem. They need to get those like kids that can't walk up the stairs because they don't use their legs because they're addicted to their tablet and Cocomelon and they can't write their own name at 8 years old. They got to get those kids in gear because we need to have we got to stop this.
You know, I can't say that I've lost a lot because of it other than...
Yeah, there's nothing. You haven't lost anything. Everything's totally fine. You've invented all of these problems for yourself because you're retired. You have nothing better to do. So you just go around and complain. Yeah, we know. We know. Please continue, Karen.
Sleep, and I'm very stressed and I'm anxious, and it's just hurting the quality of my life and my enjoyment of my retirement.
Who are you voting for in 2028 if you could choose?
I know she's not going to run for president. I know neither of them are going to run for president, but either Jasmine Crockett or AOC. I would be so cool if either one of them ran for president. I know they don't want to do it, but I'm like, please, God, please. So, yeah, we need a progressive. We need a very much progressive, and we need a woman.
No, we don't.
Need somebody, or at least somebody with a uterus. Somebody.
I love how she corrects herself because I love how these people cannibalize themselves too. This is so funny.
Who does not identify as a cis white male in the White House, preferably somebody who identifies as female and progressive as all get out.
Wow. Well, you just saw a bunch of privileged white liberals go out and listen to Green Day and listen to Rage Against the Machine and congratulate themselves on being on the right side of history while destroying tons of food that they could have given to homeless people or the immigrants that they're talking about caring about. And luckily, though, the important thing is that they feel good. At the end of this, I bet they feel better. And that's what matters the most. It's really embarrassing, man. She's transphobic? I guess so. And can we make cis a fucking derogatory word already? I don't really care about that. Doesn't really matter to me. But anyway, yeah, this is just embarrassing, man. J.D. Vance should identify as a woman in 28. That would be really funny. But I don't think it's going to happen. They don't because they can't sleep from the stress. Yeah, I guess so. They're addicted. A bunch of holics destroying fruit when they should have been eating it. I mean, again, like, I'm not even making fun of the way people look, right? I mean, but, like, so at least the glasses. I did make fun of the glasses, to be fair. But, like, in general, this is just fucking embarrassing, bro. It's really fucking embarrassing. This is the way these people act, and this is what these people do. And it's crazy. Yeah, grown-ass adults are acting this way. And it's just crazy. And I don't even know what to do, man. Yeah, Rage Against the Regime. This is another group of them, too? Oh, my God. And don't you guys notice, isn't it really interesting that almost never with these things do you ever see any young people that are here? In almost every single circumstance, it's older people. Like, nobody under 30, I feel like, is going to these events at all. Like, I never see, like, 18-year-olds here. I feel like this should worry a lot of these protesters. It's just a bunch of geriatrics and millennials. Gerrymandered? And also, by the way, they're all white people. Pretty much every single one of them, they're all white people. Yep. Job creation. Look at the flag. Well, let me guess, it wasn't America.
Donald Trump has got to go!
Oh, there's an American flag. Okay, good for him. Probably going somewhere else. Jesus. Wow. What did he say? Oh, there we go. Yep, again. This is so stupid. What is this? Yes. Oh my God. Wow. I don't even know what to say. And there it is. It's pathetic. It is actual fucking retards, man. And yeah, there it is, guys. Wow. Let's go. Now it's all white people. Every single one. Oh my fucking God. How, like, what's the ratio on this? This is crazy. Yeah, and so lame. The fuck are they doing? This is just what they do, right? And yeah, I don't know what to say. What the fuck is wrong with these retards? It's just a bunch of watermelon that is gonna break. Rage out loud. Wow. This guy's got a Concord cosplay on. I was about to say transmog. What is this? So lame, bro. What is this? What is going on? This, bro. We're gonna get it one more again. Wow. Nice. Can I throw one? Yes. Can I throw one? Oh no, it's summer festivities. This is so fucking embarrassing. It is amazing. And there's even more. Oh no. I swear to God, you would probably get more diversity at, like, if you did a meetup for like 4chan's poll, or you did a meetup for even, I think if Nick Fuentes did a meetup, there would be more diversity than one of these protests. And it wouldn't even be close. Yeah, Roach Ranch, exactly. Like, this is insane. I don't get it. Yeah, it's amazing. What is going on with this? It's actually true. No, I'm being serious. I bet you're right. Absolutely. Even at a KKK meetup? Hey, I was going to say that, but I was like, probably not. But like with the other ones, yeah, definitely. And the protesting man, who you believe knew about Epstein crimes, how are you going to shit on them for that? Because it's not just about that. It's about protesting all the other stuff. If they're mad about Epstein, I think that's totally fair. But to act like that's the only reason why they're mad? Nah, you're full of shit and you know it. And yeah, no, we're not going to play that fucking game. Absolutely not. And so anyway, imagine if you threw stuff on Biden and Kamala's print. Well, I think people would be mad about that. Roach Against the Machine. This stream is the most diverse stream online. I think that I have a very Roach Against the Machine. This stream is the most diverse stream online. I think that I have a very diverse group of people that watch me. I do. Like in general, there's a lot of people from all over the world that watch. And the reason why, do you want to know why people everywhere watch? It's because what I'm saying is, I think, universally true for a lot of guys that at least speak English. Like, yeah, like whether you're in fucking South America, whether you're in Europe or whatever, there's like a certain degree of this that is just universal. Now, I think that primarily it's a guy, this is pretty much a sausage fest. Like, I'm going to be honest, guys. It's pretty much only dudes that watch the stream, but it's guys from all over the world. And so that's it. And speak most humble. Yeah, except gender diverse. Well, yeah, because I'm talking about things like, again, I talk about things in a way that women don't like. It's just like this, just a general sense, a general thing that's going on. Stephen Colbert is interviewing Kamala Harris.
Yesterday, you made an announcement that you're not running for the governor of California.
Correct.
Even though in early polling you beat every other candidate by double digits, you said you're going to sit this one out. Why are you sitting this out? Are you sitting?
Because the last time that by early polling of her beating people, that didn't work out too well, did it? That was not a good time. So this time you're thinking about,
yourself for a different office that might be?
No.
That's what everybody obviously.
I know, but honestly,
obviously people project onto their hopes and dreams.
And honestly, that it's more perhaps basic than that. Listen, I am a devout public servant. I have spent my entire career in
putting people in jail for marijuana. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Service of the people.
Yeah, we really needed that.
I thought a lot about running for governor. I love my state. I love California. I've served as just elected district attorney, attorney general, and senator. But to be very candid with you, you know, when I was a young in my career, I had to defend my decision to become a prosecutor with my family. And one of the points that I made is, why is it then when we think we want to improve a system or change it, that we're always on the outside on bended knee or trying to break down the door? Shouldn't we also be inside the system? And that has been my career. And
yes, you've been inside the system, and the system hasn't changed. Congratulations.
Recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's...
Well, I think we agree on that. You don't want to go back in the system. The thing is that she got embarrassed. The thing is that, here's a good example. You ever seen like a hot girl, but she's not even really that attractive? It's just because she's next to her friends that look like the orcs in the siege on Minas Tirith in Return of the King, Lord of the Rings. But like whenever you just see the girl individually, it doesn't really look that way. Yeah, right. So yeah, we all seen this, right? Cheerleader effect, yeah, sure. And so I think that people thought Kamala Harris was like smart because they were comparing her to Joe Biden. But whenever you listen to her actually in an interview talking about stuff, I really wish that it's the way that she talks is like a 9th grader writing an essay trying to meet a word count. That's the way she talks.
It's broken. I think there's so much.
Wait, what did she say?
I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken.
It's broken. That's what happens when you lose. The system is rigged and broken because I lost the popular vote and the electoral vote. Has it ever occurred to you that the system being broken is the reason why you were in the position that you were in? That there was no Democratic primary for Democratic voters to elect? Has it ever occurred to you that the system being broken is the reason why you were in the position that you were in? That there was no Democratic primary for Democratic voters to elect who they wanted to represent them in the 2024 election, and you just got defaulted that position? That doesn't seem like a very great system to me at all.
I think there's so much, I mean, there are so many good people who are public servants, who do such good work, teachers and firefighters and police officers and nurses.
Word count.
And scientists.
Super word count. Let's say scientists twice, and all of Reddit will clap. Yes!
And so it's not about them, but, you know, I believe, and I always believed, that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be, and I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country, I want to listen to people, I want to talk with people.
What do you mean by that? See, this is the reason, like, honestly, I feel like Kamala Harris is like she's the poster girl of the entire movement, like the COVID woke era, like fucking weird shit. Like, she definitely, I feel like if you were going to distill it down to like a person, it would be that. It's a gender, yeah, the gender cult, everything like this. Yeah, this is, it's so obvious the way that she talks that she's just totally fucking, like, at least Trump is funny when he's retarded. She's just retarded. And you never go full retard.
And I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
What? What?
Need to be, and I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country, I want to listen to people, I want to talk with people, and I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
Okay.
Well, I gotta say, I want to talk about the book, but just to go back to what you just said, is that I have to say, as someone who is very qualified for the presidency, a senator, attorney general of California, a vice president of the United States, and then a very hopeful and dynamic presidential candidate for the 107 days that you had to run, to hear you say that it's broken, to hear you say that our systems aren't strong enough, is harrowing.
You had 4 years to fix it. You were the vice president of the United States of America. You didn't even fix it. Don't be intellectually dishonest. You may disagree with what she says, but she's clearly intelligent in a conventional sense. Yeah, I'd say she's probably above average intelligence, but I think that if you rank her among the other people that you could elect for president, she's pretty much at the bottom. You're right. She's smarter than the average Walmart American. But that doesn't necessarily say a whole lot. I mean, I don't think being better than average is something that's impressive whenever you're electing somebody to be the president.
Well, but it's also evident, isn't it?
No, it is.
And it is.
It is harrowing. I mean,
it's evident. What about it is broken? It's broken because you lost? What is this, Xbox? I was using the wrong controller.
I mean, there's almost no curse word bad enough.
But it doesn't mean we give up. That's not my point.
Okay, because that's what
you just got done talking about how you're going to give up.
I'm hearing like you don't want to be part of the fight anymore.
No, oh, absolutely not. I am always going to be part of the fight.
Okay.
That is not going to change. I am absolutely going to be part of the fight.
Yeah.
This is the reason why these shows are getting canceled, is because it's all the same shit, bro. Like, it's all that time.
But I think that we have to acknowledge and agree that, I mean, look, the power is with the people. That has always been
that's the broken part for you.
Ideal and or I say the strength of our nation, of America, that we believe fundamentally the power is with the people.
We the people.
And we the people. And I believe right now that it is important to do what I can do from the positions that I have held and what I have seen about the world and our country to get out there and remind everyone who needs reminding right now of their power. It is out.
Damn, is she drunk again? I mean, she certainly acts like it, bro. Like, it's just embarrassing, man. They're not part of a fight. They're not Yeah, is this an applause track? Are they paid off? So they have lights and everything that go on. Like the studio audience has like lights that go on, and it says like, please clap. Like it's like a Jeb Bush simulator, basically. That's the way it works. She's drunk chatting this much. Yeah, the people have the power. That's embarrassing. Well, the thing is, what's embarrassing about that?
Scientists at CERN have just achieved the breakthrough that physics has been waiting for decades. A groundbreaking discovery could finally explain why we exist at all and why the universe did not disappear just a few seconds after the Big Bang. We will now take a close look at exactly what happened and why this discovery is revolutionizing particle physics. Be sure to stick around until the end. Today, there is a physics identity crisis for you. Welcome, everyone. A wonderful day to be happy that we are not being consumed by antimatter. To celebrate the day, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is free. You will never miss a video again and it will help me reach my big goal of 400,000 subscribers. And if you have subscribed, you can stir up the antimatter with a thumbs up. Every like helps the video a lot. And now imagine the following scenario. You are baking a pizza and adding exactly equal amounts of flour and anti-flour to the dough. What would happen? That's right, a huge explosion and the pizza would be gone. The nice pizza? A horrible thought. That's exactly what would have happened to our universe. Because according to everything we know about the laws of physics, exactly equal amounts of matter and antimatter should have been created during the Big Bang. And when matter and antimatter meet, they annihilate each other and leave behind nothing but pure energy. That means we shouldn't even exist. The entire universe should have destroyed itself just moments after its creation. Instead, today we look up at the sky and see billions of galaxies, stars and planets, all made of matter. Where did all the antimatter go? This is one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in cosmology and is referred to by physicists as the matter-antimatter asymmetry. Before you continue watching the video, write me your best ideas in the comments as to why something still exists. How can this asymmetry be explained? I'm very curious to hear your wild theories. And before we turn to the breakthrough, let's take a look at another mass asymmetry. I've lost over 10 kilograms in the last few months. Many of you have noticed this in the comments, which I'm really happy about. The crazy thing is, I'm still eating pizza. Yes, I heard you right. Pizza, my kryptonite has remained and yet the scale shows under 100 kilograms for the first time in years. And Jazzio has helped me a lot with that. I've been doing strength training for over a year, muscles have gained, but the scale hasn't changed for ages until my trainer recommended Jatsu to me. At first, I was a bit skeptical about calorie cells. I thought it would be super complicated and that I would have to give up everything I love. But honestly, it was much easier than I thought and it has changed my life. With Jazzio, I can track what I eat in a relaxed way, without pressure, without restrictions. Just being aware of how much this food actually has. How much do I need per day? And that was enough to almost automatically slip into a pressure, without restrictions. Just being aware of how much this food actually has. How much do I need per day? And that was enough to almost automatically slip into a calorie deficit. Instead of just snacking on a handful of peanuts, I now prefer to have a low-fat yogurt and I'm happy to be able to enter that into Jazzio. On the other hand, I also see that I can treat myself to a favorite pizza in the evening and still stay in a calorie deficit if I've taken a lot of steps that day. The new AI function is particularly cool, and you take a photo of your food and Jazzio tells you how many calories it probably contains, perfect in a restaurant or on the go. If you also want to lose weight or simply get a better feel for your body, definitely try it out. Via my link ezio.me/astrosham you can get an incredible 50% discount on Jazzio Pro for 12 months. This is a
White holes are essentially time-reversed black holes. Like I said, nothing can enter, but everything must exit. Since the singularity inside a rotating black hole becomes a ring, that leaves a tiny space that you could, in theory, fall through. Importantly, this white hole rebound would look like space itself expanding if viewed from the inside of the black hole. This is getting eerily similar to our description of the Big Bang. If this is true, and the Big Bang really is just a white hole in disguise, how could we tell? Like, what would the difference be between a universe that originated from a white hole and one that came from the Big Bang as we know it today? The answer is really just more inconsistencies, like these galaxy rotations that JWST has supposedly spotted. Inflation in our Big Bang model should really iron out these inconsistencies, making the cosmological principle hold true, while the white hole universe would leave some hints behind. This could look like rotations or even matter clumping together in a weird way. What's definitely true is we need more data to continue unraveling this mystery. Imagine this is all true and we really are living in some black hole in some other galaxy somewhere. What does this tell us about reality? Well, first, that black hole would be insanely big, orders of magnitudes bigger than anything we've ever seen. The black hole that contains our universe would be as massive as 40 sextillion suns. That's 4 followed by 22 zeros. Its event horizon would be 14 billion light years wide. For context, if Sagittarius A star, the black hole at the center of our galaxy, were just the size of a single virus, the black hole that contains our observable universe would be the size of the Earth. This would also suggest an infinite series of universes all linked by black holes. In each baby universe, you would find new black holes that contain baby universes of their own. This could lead to a scenario where universe families that create the most black holes are the ones that get to live for the longest. Literally survival of the fittest, but instead of it being animals, it's universes. But we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. The entire scientific community isn't convinced we are living inside a black hole, at least not yet. As with everything in science, a paper gets published and then it gets peer-reviewed, and then the community starts to discuss the results, trying to come up with the best possible explanations. People have tried to make these same galaxy rotation observations in the past, and every time a positive result for asymmetry was found, it was later attributed to subtle biases in how the observation was actually taken. For example, the motion of the Earth could throw off the result. And an even more obvious point of skepticism is that the study only looked at around 300 galaxies, when there's trillions of them in our universe. The actual region of the sky that JWST looked at to see all of these galaxies can be contained within the area of a pinhead held at arm's length. So we need to look at the rest of the sky as a whole to get a big picture view of galaxy rotation in the universe. It's definitely true that we need more data, but this result is interesting, and this idea of us living inside a black hole might sound just like science fiction, but it's a real possibility backed by solid physics, so it shouldn't be overlooked. Imagine you leave Earth in a spaceship traveling in a straight line, and you continue on this journey forever. Will you ever reach the I'm in the middle of the desert in Chile, and behind me is one of the most powerful telescopes on Earth. The Vera C. Rubin Observatory cost over $1 billion, took 20 years to build, and contains the largest camera ever made. It is so powerful, it could spot a single candle lit on the surface of the moon. And I've come all the way to Chile to try and figure out why they built it and why everyone's saying it's about to change astronomy forever. So let's go behind the scenes where I can show you some mind-blowing science no one's seen on YouTube before. My journey to the Chilean desert started early back in Australia. I flew over the Pacific and knew I was close when I could see the Andes. After over 26 hours of travel, I had finally arrived in La Serena, a small